late on a few things last week. Then we were late getting the signals, and we weren't as sharp as we had been.
Is there anything quirky or different that you do this week to prepare for how fast they're going to be?
Nope. Just keep doing. Everybody's going fast now. I mean, shoot, Kansas, everybody goes fast. So our guys go fast. So you just keep doing what you're doing, and again, I constantly talk to them about picking up 3 or 4 seconds every snap, and it takes some work and some effort and some of those kind of things. But we have to get back to that a little bit. We were a little bit lackadaisical on that the other day.
Will they be the fastest you've seen this season?
Oh, I don't know, probably, but I don't know. I mean, we've had some teams go really fast. Everybody at some point, Baylor, everybody at some point goes really fast. Thought Oklahoma went pretty fast, but everybody does at some point.
You guys gave up, I think, 155 in the first quarter yards, but then just 260 over the next 3. And it seemed like you guys got better as the game went along.
Yeah, we did. We didn't play very well defensively from coaching to playing against the run. That's usually how we're built, and that was a little frustrating. Get out of our gap some, a couple bad calls, all those things. We just didn't play great defense. So, but we did, to answer your question, settle in and play better as the game went on, yes. But not up to really where we've been.
It seems like you guys line off a little bit further off the
ball.
ball.
Too far, Tom. We got too far the other day. We do that a little bit with all of the zone schemes and all the different looks that everybody's given. It's just kind of one of those things. But we were way back the other day. We got, we weren't accounting for where they were and all of those kind of things. So we do, but the other day was way out of line. We went to the extremes, and we're not going to the extremes.
What's kind of the idea behind?
Oh, there's a lot of different things behind it. A lot of different deals.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
With Texas Tech, I think Kane talked about how he noticed in the first half of, against Oklahoma State, they only put 5 in the box. Is there, when they pass so much, is it tough to find the balance of how many to put in the box and how many to drop back?
Oh yeah, that's why everybody's doing what they're doing. Everybody's counting people and numbers and covering down on people and all those things. So you're trying to constantly be able to stop the run and cover the pass all at the same time. And teams that spread the field and go up tempo, it's hard to do. And that's the challenge in this conference all the time. And again, we went through it a year ago. Last 2 years, everybody's kind of doing it now. But that's the constant battle of, how many what's the minimum number you can put them in there to stop the run and still cover all those guys out in space.
As up-tempo as Texas Tech is, they're second in the Big 12, I think, in time of possession. They have 31 minutes a game. Is that because they pass so much, or is there any kind of correlation to how much they have the ball?
Well, they run so many plays. They run 100, and the last, I think, handful of games, they've been over 100 plays. So you just do the math of 100 times however many seconds they get the ball, and if they go up tempo or not, and the speed of the game. But when you run 100 plays, that's almost 2 games. When you think about it, it's a lot of plays. So it's really, to me, the number of plays and number of possessions that they have that allows them to do that.
Coach Campbell said that it's so hard to prepare for Patrick Mahomes because he gets the ball out early and he's smart. Mm-hmm. Coach Campbell called it a chess match. What are your kind of thoughts on what you've seen from him and how you
Coach Campbell's right. It's he's really talented, gets the ball out, really smart. Keeps plays alive forever. I felt like as you watch him, guys scramble to throw, scramble to run. He kind of does both, which creates issues, which is a little bit of the chess thing. But again, you've got to get bodies on bodies, and we've got to hold up against the run, and you've got to pick and choose sometimes. He doesn't really let pressure get there, so I don't know that that's the answer because by the time everybody gets there, the ball's gone. And so you try to look at some coverage stuff and those kind of things.
Is it a combination, that ability to kind of stay alive, keep the play going, but get the ball out quickly? Is that between the offensive line blocking well? And then,
yeah, and just him. He's a smart dude, He's been around, and he's got some veteran guys out there running some routes, and coaching. They know what they're doing on that side of the ball with their scheme. So there's a lot of strategies that go involved in this one, and we're working and getting our kids to work into what we're trying to get done.
How much of an asset is his overall strength, not just his arms, but his legs and torso and all that?
Oh, he's the real deal. It's, how many ways can you say it? He's really, really good. And he's good, I think, because he's smart and veteran and understands what's going on. He knows what you're doing before you do it. Most of the time, he studies the game. And they've got a great plan. They know what they're doing. And, then you take in his physical attributes, and that just makes it a whole bunch better.
How much harder does it become given the wealth of options he has, because he's so good at seeing other options and his check down options are as good in the primary?
Yeah,
it seems like.
it is that, and it's very difficult. Again, you got to try to get bodies on bodies, and yet, he can scramble, and you got to get guys to spy the quarterback, and so he doesn't run, and they're running some of the read zones, and he carries it and gives it, and the RPOs that everybody's doing, and so there's a lot of tasks at hand, and it's triple option football, and because he's good, it makes it a lot better.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.